Welcome back, Officers of Republic. Of course, on Roll Police Chief APGAINS for another episode of APGAINS, but I'm not here. It's just APGAINS, but I'm not here. Okay, so you obviously know the title of the video, which means we're going to talk about when is the perfect time to farm the Inquisitors. Now, some of what I'm going to say later in this video is going to upset people, especially people who are respectful of guilds and stuff like that. Now, it is well documented by the entire internet that I am an atrocious guildmate. And honestly, it's just because I'm a piece of shit human being. I respect no one, and I was unloved as a child, and I take it out because I'm heartbroken that I never amounted to anything, and it leads to me being a bad guildmate. But that being said, I'm going to give you two options for Inquisitors, and here are the Inquisitors to get you Grand Inquisitor, and then, of course, there is Riva here down at the bottom looking all beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean single-handedly almost ruining the Kenobi show, which, let's be honest, was not fantastic, but hopefully Season 2 is better. Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to get the STD Geonosian theory out there into the universe at the beginning of the video so that you guys can let it linger in your mind towards the end of the video, and we can have an honest discussion at the end about whether or not we're going to be good people. So, I have trashed people for farming Watt-ready Geos for untold amounts of years at this point. And for those of you guys who don't know, getting Watt-ready Geos is, like, not very difficult. Like, I could probably do it right now. It doesn't matter. It's, like, 5 years too late. But with the new guild changes, honestly, getting Geos up to, like, 17,500 power is going to be a piece of cake, and no one's really going to have a big problem with that. But back in the day, it was, like, hard to put in those resources, especially as newer game players were still adding in. Like, at that point, God, this was so many years ago. I mean, there was no backbone teams. Like, there wasn't any GLs. Like, we were just, like, trying to get gas and shit like that. Like, it was tough out there for us poor people who didn't have money to spend on the game, let alone resources to put on Geonosians, which were dog shit, especially once Merciless Massacre came to play. That being said, it was widely spoken about on the interwebs that you should do it just because it makes you a good guildmate and theoretically makes it easier to get into a better guild. I've long held the theory that there are just enough guilds that you're gonna fall through the cracks no matter what, and what will apply to the 28,000 people who watch APGAINS will probably not apply to the 500,000 people who play this game. And that's why I like to give you guys little secrets on how you can be little slime bags and take every little advantage possible, because there are a certain number of slots in this game for people to be assholes and to get ahead without doing all of the shenanigans, and no one's doing it. So if you're watching these videos, I guess you have a little bit of a sneaky leg up on how to be an asshole and do better in the game. So going back to the Inquisitors, farming Inquisitors early in your roster, like, and by early I mean like if you don't have a GL yet, no, go fuck yourself. If you have one GL ship, Court 8 auxiliary, and 2 backbone teams, and your guild is really making a Riva push, begrudgingly I say knock yourself out. But, like, honestly, prior to 5 million GP, I would not even remotely consider going in for Inquisitors, because there's just so much more that's going to be better for you. And again, here comes the APGAINS as a kind of an asshole thing here. It's going to be better for you. Do I have a face cam? These videos are made for you to be better than all of the other people that you're playing. There's a lot of people who play this game, and 99% of them have never seen one of my videos, and 98% of them don't care about me whatsoever. I don't even know if I did that math right, but whatever. A lot of people don't watch it, a lot of people don't like me, and a lot of people don't care what I have to say. But the things that I tell you to do, you can get advantages and blah, 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 but you just kind of have to be different than everyone else. You are going to be inarguably worse off for many, many, many months, if not a year, if you go crazy into full R7 Inquisitors as opposed to picking up another GL ship, picking up another GL, picking up 2 more backbone teams, 3 more backbone teams, adding an auxiliary team in there, converting an auxiliary team to a backbone team. Like I'm saying, like, the amount of requirements to do the Riva mission are pretty fucking steep. 5 R7s across the board. It's not fun. If you're post 5 million GP, I think you're well established enough in the game that you can take that risk if you're within striking distance. I normally tell people, like, if you're in a guild where you have 200 Riva shards and you're over 5.5, 6 million GP, like, knock yourself out. Like, if Leia and Leviathan didn't just come out right now, I would have 100% farmed the Inquisitors. The Leviathan was touted as some great thing and probably a swing and a miss. Leia is going to be for the new raid, and I think it's probably being a better guildmate to have Leia than to have Inquisitor, especially this late in the Riva cycle. But that's not to say that you don't want to at least maybe participate a little bit in the event as you guys as a collective guild get closer and closer to Riva. But also by the time you get Riva, you kind of want to have an Inquisitor team to go with her, because she is like the... I think now with Datacrons and counters and her being out long enough, she's not like the best team in the entire game, but I would say she's arguably top 5. Easily top 5 non-GL teams, but including GL, she's probably still top 5. So if you're over 200 shards of Riva and over 5 million GP, you should probably think about farming the Inquisitors in your next farm or two. As far as what I'm doing with my roster, once I finish up Cal and Leia, I am going to farm the Inquisitors. I think Leia is just going to be APGAINS' way of saying, yes, I get GAC viability because I'm an asshole and I only really care about my own personal success, but also I think I've been such a bad guildmate to my guild that I owe it to them to try and push maybe like an R7 or R8 raid team just to make sure that I can kind of make amends for my past transgressions, because I think it's obviously well documented that my guild would rather not have me because I'm just terrible. I suck at all of PvE because I just don't care about it, and even in PvP game modes that revolve around the team or the basically what I'm telling you is I don't care about anything but Grand Arena, because the only thing I find fun, and I will make it up to my team by farming the Inquisitors. And I think if you're falling in that category, God, I hate the Inquisitors so much, guys. Like, if Riva wasn't so fucking busted, I don't think I'd ever farm them. Guild be damned. You're over 200 shards. You're over 5 million GP. The light is green. You're over 6 million GP. And you're over 200 shards. I think the light is doubly green. So I think anyone over 6 million, anyone over 200 Riva shards, finish up what you're farming right now. Slam down those Quizzy Wizzies. They're accelerated, I'm pretty sure, at this point, so it shouldn't take you too long. The gear and the fucking relics are going to take you forever because CG just loves fucking jerking us off and taking all of our relic materials and salvage and stuff like that. It's tough, man. It's tough. The Inquisitors are no bueno. They're no bueno until they're bueno. It's the myriad of buenos and no buenos, but, you know. Sorry, I got lost. I'm at 3 different funerals. The time when you're watching this, I'm literally going to 3 different places in the country for 3 different funerals. So my head's a little kind of wonky, which is why every video you're going to see for the next 10 days is going to be wearing the same t-shirt, and I'm going to be distracted and sad and stuff like that. But thank you guys for watching. As always, I love you, and I'll see you later.